All right. So the topic today we're talking about is Jared is in chat. I need to hold on. I need to update this window. Okay, cool. That's all I want. All right. So essentially, we're going to talk about competitive fighting games today and why they're good and why they're bad. Any fighting game you guys wanted to start with in particular, or any type of fighting games you want to talk about the aspects of, like?
You wanna go first, Golden?
I feel like you know this better anyway.
Well, you can still talk about stuff that he doesn't know as much about because he doesn't play him as much. Like you play
Oh,
Naruto, um, you played Naruto Ninja Storm games, and then those Dragon Ball games. But anyways, I think one of the harder things is probably just doing everything that you need to do in order to improve, and then still being bad at the game.
Unless you want me to just rant about how much of a picky fighting game player I am.
I think we both.
I mean, from my understanding, you've
Well,
described the type of
see,
fighting game you've wanted before. He'll give you the exact name of that fighting game, and then you'll say that's not your style.
More likely than not, if you tell me about a fighting game, I'm going to say nah.
But fighting games I'm talking about are games that he gave you that would have like fit the description you gave of what you wanted in the fighting game, and then you didn't want whatever was recommended.
Yeah, sometimes I'll actually get a game that supposedly is for me, but isn't. Because I don't know what I want, I guess.
I gotcha. Mm-hmm. You don't know what you want.
and see, that's fine, but that's why you probably shouldn't list things that you specifically like, and then go no.
Yeah.
It's because
It.
games can literally prove a statement like different.
Um,
It's weird.
I guess like
You guess what?
yes, there's an effect called for that in scientific terms that I don't remember.
Ooh, science. I like science.
Science.
Science rules.
I was trying to say that there's probably a scientific term for it, but I don't remember it.
Does science still rule?
Science rules.
Quick cast streams. There we go.
Maybe.
Maybe what?
Apparently.
Apparently.
He's about to get
I said
actually.
apparently. Oh no, apparent.
Apparently. He just got
No,
apparently.
no. Hey.
Oh, hey, Mew!
No,
Sorry, she like jumped off of me, knocked down my headset, and then knocked down my cord too.
what happened?
I was saying that my cat literally was sitting on my lap for a bit, and then she got up and she started moving, and I told her not to move in that direction because she was knocking down my she was pulling on the cord and she was knocking down my shit, and then she went anyways. Anyways, I got all my stuff. Nothing actually like fell off of the table.
Sounds like cat behavior, yeah. Jeez.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Um I guess I know a game we could actually start with. Since all three of us are familiar with it. Smash Bros.
Yeah, so
Now, they say that the game was never intended for competitive play, but
oh my god.
Well, not at
but
first.
Dude, I could
starting
go
in
on
Smash 4,
I
they
can
still have
go
downside.
I could go
They
so
do
long. Like
what?
every different Smash Bros. Game is just such a different style, and competitively, they give you different flavors of what you want from a competitive game. The most competitive, like old school one, would be like Melee, and people get really into that. But yeah, no, I think the cool aspect of competitive gaming is like the hype that comes with it or whatever. Especially upsets are pretty hype. I find it cool that Isaiah could still come
So,
back like of
when it co-
after over a decade of winning a tournament and just decide he feels like winning, and it's just so cool to see. Anyways, what were you
Find it
saying?
hard.
uh,
I heard Jared say something.
I was
what, Jared?
saying something.
Okay.
Um, I kind of find it hard to enjoy the first three games, honestly. Um, there's a bunch of compiling reasons, and some games have different problems for me. But I know this sounds stupid, but for me, not being able to turn off the stick jump sucks. I
Mm.
don't like having to slowly curl up my
Oh yeah,
items.
You
it
can
is
you
kind of
I
can
whack.
hate it.
I'm pretty sure you could turn maybe was Smash 4 the first game you could turn off stick jump? I'm pretty sure you could have turned it off in Brawl technically.
I looked at it. I didn't see it in Brawl. I don't think
No,
so.
I've played no, you can turn off tap jump in Brawl. I remember
Yes, you could.
because my example of
You can
how
turn it off in
no,
Brawl.
no, yeah, you can turn it off. That's what I'm saying. I was gonna give my example as to how I remember like 100% that you can because I remember I used to main not main. I was playing Meta Knight for a bit and I was trying to learn gliding and I remember the way it was telling me the glide just wasn't working for me and I had tap jump on and I turned off tap jump and did it the way they were saying it and I'm like, okay, now it's working. They didn't explain to me that it's easier to do with like or that this that they were going over was specifically for tap jump off. But
I just was remembering it wrong. But still,
so
for me, yeah.
the only two games that
Yeah,
have no customizable controls are just Melee and 64, just the first two games. Yeah, no, if they hadn't have come out with that feature by Brawl, that would be sad.
Brawl gets
yeah,
pretty close to a game I can enjoy, but there's still a couple of things about it that kind
it
of
would
still
have
use
been.
the old style. It could have been good, great, like for an ultimate for me. It Brawl almost gets there.
Yeah.
It almost does for me.
Competitive on the competitive notes wise here, Hellraiser is gonna try
And
learning
what rate does it fail?
the pits and dark pits. I can't tell if anyone heard me or not.
I heard you. I just didn't know if I was
I
supposed to
sort of
say
know a
something.
little bit about them, but that's because when you play a game for like 7 years, I did.
Are we getting
Yeah,
like
all I wanted to ask you, Jared, was, what things does Brawl fail at for you?
Well, one, it still uses hogging. I hate it. I hate hogging. Now, two, yes, you can play a mod to fix it, but one thing I did hate about Brawl was the tripping.
It
Um,
takes the takes long.
the when you play the online version that we have on the PC emulator, it's already fixed online, and when a lot of people on the console version play with the fixed version too, so people don't really deal with tripping nowadays.
it's I don't know if it's the speed or just like the way people move, but there's just something about the character movement that kind of just feels off to me in Brawl. Like it feels like things should happen a bit quicker. Maybe it is a speed thing. I don't know how to explain it.
If there's anything I learned from Smash is that no
It
Smash
is
game
a
feel
very
is
slow
that
game,
if there's one thing I learned from Smash is that no Smash game feels right.
but they
I don't know. I'll have to play all of them again because I do remember liking the way 4 felt back then,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know if it still does if I were to do it now.
Okay, just gonna try this.
Uh,
There we go. I backed out of the
okay.
conversation
What's the same
and
for your Wii U?
went back in because
Oh,
essentially I couldn't tell,
it's the
but
problem.
no, it wasn't the problem. I exited the room on purpose and then re-entered. What I was gonna say is that I couldn't tell if those were just like awkward pauses from you guys not replying after I got done talking, or if not, I thought your responses were probably delayed or mine were, so I wasn't sure, so that's why I exited out and went back in.
there were some times where Hell's voice cuts out, but mostly it stays in. Um, It's just that I always thought you guys were still talking. A lot of the times you stopped, I didn't
Right?
realize you were done.
Gotcha.
I was gonna
He cut out again.
Yeah, he did cut out again.
um I was gonna say to Luis when I said I did hear you say piss. I said I already knew them a bit about them because when you play a game for almost oh my oh my gosh,
He might have to share your PC with you,
can you
Jared.
hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now. Jesus.
Oh, jeez, I was trying to say is I did hear you ask about pits. And so I said I already knew a bit about them because you know when you play a game for 7 years, you pick up some stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, you do pick up on some stuff for sure. Yeah, switch over to this window. That should work. This is gonna be a weird
Yeah,
episode. You go ahead.
there's something kind of odd about the first three games that they kind of changed in the last two. Although I don't remember it being as bad in Brawl. First, it's the knockback. The knockback in the first three games is so odd, like the scaling, because at really low percents, like things can literally just be like minus on like hit. It's super weird.
Oh, you're talking about you said Brawl or
And the older games too,
yeah.
because moves will have such pitiful knockback at the beginning, low percents. Sometimes you can get hit
Yeah, they did
back
not
from
know how
hitting
much
your
hit
opponent. It's
I
such
was
a
gonna
any of the old games.
say there's well there's Brawl has this weird mechanic with hit stun canceling and you can generally do it by I think it says like by frame
Yeah,
13 or before up to frame 13 or sooner. So like essentially if you can cancel it within that many frames or whatever, the 13 frame window um for that canceling is what makes it hard to combo and Brawl. But for some characters that doesn't matter. Like Meta Knight can just do what he wants.
Yeah, because that's just a weird thing I'm used to in Ford Ultimate. Is like when you
it's
hit someone with
13
something,
frames for an air dodge, 26. It's 13 frames for an air dodge and 26 frames for an attack.
Yep. The attack one I would do to definitely I remember for
Say
knock
again?
to cancel knockback as well.
in the last two games they kind of changed it so like things generally have higher base when they start. So it gets to a point where even at the beginning of the match when you hit someone, they will still move away enough so you could just hit them again, or at the very least get some distance. Like it actually feels rewarding to hit every hit, even from 0%. But in some of the old games at 0%, it feels like you barely move them. It's just it doesn't feel right.
Yeah, I getcha. It's weird.
Because they didn't give they didn't give moves a lot of hits then.
One sec. The hit stun and I think what was it? The hit stun in Smash 64 tended to be pretty wild. Honestly, being competitively good or one of the best in the world for Smash 64, like first off, do you have all your combos down for
Yeah.
zero to deathing someone? You can zero to death someone consistently, regardless of the character they're playing. You're probably halfway there. The other part is a neutral, which is probably what separates like the mid level players to like the high levels and like top level players is that mid-level players, a lot of them will have their zero to deaths down on basically the whole cast or most of them. But what they won't have down completely is the neutral. So even though they could like combo Isaiah or anyone really if they landed the first hit, they probably won't because their neutral is like tremendously like um less effective than what their opponent is doing for their neutral. Combos and fighting games can only take you so far alone. There's a lot of layers to it with like mind games and whatnot.
64 is like mini size Smash Bros. Where everyone's a glass
Yeah.
cannon. That's 64. Mini size Smash Bros. Where everyone's a glass cannon.
Honestly, in Smash 64, I don't. If Little Mac was in that game, I don't think not being able to recover would be a real weakness anymore. Because that would be a lot of characters'
Die before you
problems.
have to worry about it.
What's up?
Usually you're dead by that time.
Yeah, but I just meant like.
Yeah, no, he actually, as long as he has zero to death potential and souls, he'd be okay.
Yeah, I don't think Jared got what I mean. So essentially, in that game, every character has a shitty recovery unless you're
My voice
Jigglypuff.
just not coming out.
I heard you. I heard you. Yeah, it's coming out.
Wait, what is?
Antonio's voice.
Oh.
Yeah.
I already know that game is literally just a touch of death meta. Like that's like the whole game. Is who could touch a death the most.
Yeah. The top level players have better DI, so I see them like pretty commonly actually break out of combos before they actually die.
Well, I think what Luis was just trying to say is that technically that's a part of it, yes, but you have to actually be able to do it.
Yeah. Like in comparison to actually like getting good at a game, believe it or not, getting the combos down is like the easy part in comparison to like getting the neutral and adaptation and the spacing and all that down.
I don't know if it's just like a weird phenomenon. Maybe it's something to do with how the launching works, but in Melee and especially 64, when you get launched and it feels like you shouldn't be killed by it, it almost feels like the game is yanking your character into the
Yeah,
side.
I'd say so for like any game I played.
Because, you know, in Melee 64 specifically, it almost feels like the game is yanking you out to the side of the map and then you die. Like, it almost feels like you're getting cheated.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, I'm not even at
I don't
that
want to
high
say
percent, and then you get hit by a move in 64, you just go like, die. I'm just like, Jesus Christ, what is that knockback?
It's
I wouldn't strictly say so. Not my experience.
yeah.
Like, it feels like the game is just shoving your character further than you honestly should be launched.
Mhm.
It's like you
Well,
telling me I get.
nothing about that's really changed if you actually bother to measure it.
It doesn't really feel the same in the modern games. The launching feels
Again,
different.
I wouldn't strictly say so because if you measure that,
No. I didn't catch any of that at the end. Oh.
it's faster.
All I heard is it's faster.
That's what's mainly different.
Oh,
It's also
gotcha.
the interpolation because, like, you can clearly tell
I
where
love
you
streaming
end
issues.
up. You can always clearly tell where you end up, but in the other games, you just have this like constant
That's what I said.
slide across the screen, and it's like you never know when you're supposed to stop. And having this like constant velocity when you're getting launched is just really jarring to me.
Well, I wouldn't strictly say so. Technically, the fact that you're going slower means that you can more easily measure and react to when you're done.
Mhm.
It still feels weird to me when I
What do you
punch
mean?
out.
That's still how it works today, actually. In all Smash games, in all platform fighters I've seen, you take about a constant velocity for a set period of time, and then once hit's done, it's about over. Then your character decelerates.
it's not the same in the new games as the old
Then
games.
I
The old
don't.
games
I
the same.
think you're just pulling at straws there at that point.
7.
I know there is something different because I don't feel it when I play Modern Smash, but I feel it in Old Smash. I'm feeling a difference.
We can just get past this part, you guys. It doesn't really matter that much.
Of course,
Anyways,
everything changes look over time.
dang it. Hmm.
But
I
yeah,
tried.
lots of things feel different. But I just don't think that.
Man, should have bought a refrigerator.
Maybe I'm one of those weirdos
What?
in the minority, but I actually kind of liked the power shielding more than the parries.
Power shielding is fun.
Man, got
I
love
like.
them for refrigerators.
Yeah, I know. True. It's true.
There is another game I technically could talk about, but I'm not gonna like go into like super deep detail about it or
Some
anything.
people have asked for it back, but at this
Oh,
point, I think they're probably going to stick to parries. I don't know if they're going to stick to parries.
Jesus
I don't know what
Christ.
they're doing.
There's too many mic issues. Can we do an emergency part 2 for this later? Not today, though.
Wait, what?
I just feel like I don't know, the Discord chat hasn't been like completely in sync today. I've recorded everything at least.
Okay, sure.
I just don't want to interrupt
Mic
people.
issues.
What was that, Jared?
I just didn't want to interrupt people.
Oh no, you haven't interrupted anyone at all, which is great. No, I'm not I wasn't sure if
That's good.
like the this one hasn't been flowing like the other
No,
ones.
that's not.
You gotta let him finish what he's saying. It's. I'm gonna be honest. Mostly it's been fine. It's just that Hell's thing cuts out constantly.
Yeah, I haven't been able to pick up much of what he said, so that's why I was saying like if we could do a part 2.
Yeah, it's doing it to me too. It's not just you, man.
Yeah. Shoot. That's fine.
I'm
Let's
sorry.
it's okay. Let's just save this and then do another one some other time. We did the minimum amount of time, I think like 30 minutes. So, I think we're good today anyways.
We already spent 30 minutes on this? What?
Yeah. Actually, it's 23 minutes might be, but still.
Yeah.
I was about to say it didn't feel like it.
Okay, we'll try again.